I am doing great. How are you, Vox? Epic. I'm feeling pretty epic too. This we can bring you this epic game that we're about to witness between these silver teams here. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 5CP, sort of the unloved child of Highlander players due to how long the games take, potentially. It's not every day that you do get a 5-4, however, which as the maximum amount you can get in a game like that. So I know here, considering that Aplbes are going to be wanting revenge, nobody likes losing 5-4. Nobody enjoys that feeling of putting that much time into a game just to lose it by a round. So we'll definitely see that team come out with a bit of a hunger for this game. Yes. The player I'm fond of currently on the side of Apples is Mr. Jeremy Clarkson, which I played with him in Season 18 for the first half of the season before unfortunate circumstances arose. However, I do want to give a quick shout out to him. And also give a shout out to Unicorn Wizard, who lost to Jeremy Clarkson in Silver. This is just a reminder to Uni that you suck at TF2.
I love it. I love it. And I actually just found out apparently my mic was muted from the beginning. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of what I said. Welcome, guys. Aplbes versus Pop Your Pipes. Aplbes the number 3 seed. Pop Your Pipes, that would make them number 6. They played in Week 3 on Gully Wash, ended as a 5-4 and in the favor of Pop Your Pipes. And now they're going to be playing here, missing their... Aplbes missing their main demo bowl of mayo, so we're going to be interested to see if Guy can fill in that role, and look out for Dan Twist and Itzy Acor on their team as well. Sorry, sorry about that, guys, and thank you, Anomalous, for letting me know. So anyway, on the Pop Your Pipe side, though, there's really a lot to be said, and coming into it, they're probably my favorites to take the match. So usually. I'm not sure usually who they have on Scout, but they're going to have their normal soldier Fuzzy playing Scout, and Tacos is going to be ringing on Soldier for the match. Those two actually just switched just a bit ago. They were going to be playing their opposite classes, but they decided for the match that they wanted to play these two. As well as Markers, their team leader on Sniper, has been absolutely probably one of their best players, especially on a class as important as Sniper. So that's going to be interesting to see how he's going to go toe-to-toe with Itzy Acor and, you know, who's going to come out on top of that battle. And one thing that I wanted to mention as well, their demo Fig, I was watching a bit of their pregame because I was sitting in the STV testing my frames and things like that. And he had an absolutely, like, legendary pregame, honestly. I was actually, I'm going to pull up the logs just so I can refresh myself, because I'm really afraid for Aplbes on this map. They played SFEA on Lakeside, which, if any of you guys are familiar, SFEA, definitely one of the best teams this season. I think they finished as number 2. Dropped 41 frags with 656 DPM with no crits, and they lost 3-1. So I don't know if that might mean there's bigger problems for the team if when your demo gets double the amount of frags and 200 more DPM than the opposite demo, and you still, I mean, lose 3 rounds. But we'll have to see. I mean, it's a completely different match, different players, and we'll see. I mean, if that's going to change anything, look out for him. Maybe they are going to run crits, switch things up.
I've played against Fig a few times, not in Highlander setting though. I've played against him quite a few times in the ESEA setting, whether we're playing. I think I played against him in matches as well for ESEA. Definitely a demo that's been around for a while and probably under the radar for most Highlander players because a lot of Highlander players aren't too familiar with the ESEA scene, but he's been doing pretty good for himself at these past few seasons. And
I'm actually sorry. I'm being told herself.
Herself. I'm sorry. Yeah. So she has been around for a while, and I think that with Fig, she's gonna kind of pop up on the radar for a lot of Highlander players, especially considering there aren't a lot of demo men left. So always good to see a new rising demo in the Highlander scene. So let's see how if Fig is playing. I can't tell who Fig is in the names at the moment, but let's hope that she has a good match tonight.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to come up big. I mean, Aplbes, I played against both these teams. I would say Aplbes comes off as a more DM-hungry team. Not to say that DM on Pop Your Pipes is lacking. That's just more where Aplbes kind of succeeds. So, gonna be interested to see if Fig, especially after that big pregame, can put a dent in that. But we are going live here with our first round. Pop Your Pipes and Aplbes, guys. Get ready for some sort of epic action. We're going to watch Guy here on the rollout, jumping over the top, trying to get some damage down. Going to go down to about 80, waiting to get healed up by the med as he does, but he eats a pipe. Fig gets that. Nice shot here. As Markers actually takes down Acor off the bat as well.
So already a good start coming in there for the Pop Your Pipe side, getting the sniper pick and the demo pick with a nice pipe from Fig and a nice shot coming in from Markers respectively. So it looks like they'll take the first point here. Nothing too bad going on. A few picks with Pop Your Pipes. Just going to take the point pretty comfortably here.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling good. 100% on their Uber. Jumping in over the top is Tacos trying to get something done, but Smokey is going to take him out. 100% for either team as Markers actually takes out Guy, so that might actually stump the push right now for Aplbes. They might not be able to go on the point. Might wait for their demo here. So Fig is going to be on the point, just spamming pipes. Got to be careful. Acor trying to get an edgy angle over on the bat side, that left side. As Guy is respawned, but now they've lost their scout. So if they're a team that likes to go for scout Ubers, they're not going to have anything to go off of now. And I mean, this is just playing great in the hands of Pop Your Pipes, just sitting back, holding the point, 100% on Uber. Right now, DZ Creeper isn't really pressured at all either, as Guy and M both go down, which is going to slow things down even more.
One thing that I do want to see coming out here is Acor hasn't gotten a single point, so died early on in the beginning, but has sort of been hiding on the spats for the past minute. I think that the blue team here, Apples, needs him to do as he gets headshot right there. I feel like they need to start making some room for him, maybe seeing the sniper pop up onto the spot above made the peek up, but as I'm saying, we got the pick onto Fig, but players dropping here for Apples, and the blue Uber's force.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good force by them. I mean, now Pop Your Pipes get to use their Uber. Good job by Smokey though, denying much of it. Gets the reflect onto the soldier as the flashes go down. But good job by Smokey to make sure that Uber wasn't completely horrible for the team.
Grid picking up the 5K there as well.
Oh, nice, yeah. I mean, there's going to be 5 alive for Pop Your Pipes. They've got the faster respawns on the Aplbes side. Squish is going to go down, but I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on that, despite the fact that so many players on Pop Your Pipes are down. If they were able to get DZ Creeper in the mess, I think this would be a definite cap for them, as they try to dry push it now that they know there are no Ubers to deal with. But, I mean, as Markers actually goes down, Doofed Up Wiener is going to get the backstab. I don't know if I'm immature because I can't say that name without laughing, but...
Mr. Doofed Up Wiener gets a nice pick on Markers there and is kind of looking for more. In a pretty good spot as well, decloaking right now, but only going to get tacos there. Maybe not the best pick, but alas. Blue will finally capture the points, so Apples has to hold on to this for a decent amount of time. Otherwise, this is just going to get ripped, but the red Uber forced. They're trying to clean up here. They'll pick off the red heavy, or the blue heavy. But Red's just going to take back the point immediately, so things are looking kind of rough. And Markers currently has got a very forward spot right now. He's playing on the... He was just playing on the blue side's Egypt, trying to standing on the mid bats, looking into the spawn, but could not pick off Jeremy. So looks like blue team's going to push into Egypt right now and try to get a push from there. But time is running out for them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 100% Ubers. I don't know if it's just me. The STV seems a little laggy, or I don't know. But they are going to start pushing into Bathhouse and lose their demo. Their demo just so far in front with no heals from the medic. I don't know where the miscommunication came into play. But they've got to use this Uber and get onto point. I mean, there's only a few seconds left. They've been holding on to it for quite a while. The Scout going to try to get something done. They are getting the cap forward, but as they flash around and people get off point, that's going to be a 1-0 for Pop Your Pipes.
The only person that was on the point there, other than I think a Disguised Spy, was the Uber-charged heavy. You cannot cap when you're Uber-charged. So, rough play there, and surprising to see the blue heavy deciding to eat the sandwich rather than cap the point. Maybe a misplay there, but Fuzzy getting immediately picked by A-Core, so good start, better start at least coming in from Apples. Losing the Scout definitely helps. Looks like the teams are playing in interesting spots. We've got blue team. Apples is playing in Bathhouse. They have their full combo there with the heavy really low at 60. And it looks like Pop Your Pipes wants to contest them, but they can't. A-Core picks up Markers there, so... and another pick coming in from A-Core, taking down the demo there. So this is going to go decisively, I think, to Apples here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good way to push it. The fact that they took control of Bathhouse, like you said, Pop Your Pipes wanted to contest, but they were just struggling to. And then A-Core is going to hit a few nice shots and really seal the deal for his team to cap up on the point. So they're going to be working on just trying to build a nice lead in terms of the clock, as you see Markers trying to get kind of an edgy peek over
Red
the
forces through here. They're trying to get in, but blue immediately counters onto Smokey here. So the Uber's negated. Let's see what happens here. 2 picks coming in there on the NG and the Soldier. Not the best picks per se, but still okay. Markers goes down and A-Core picks off the Pyro. Again, looks like a pretty good defense coming here. Red Pop Your Pipes trying to contest point, but it's going to be a little hard considering full combo. But as I said, Figs picks off A-Core, who's getting a little too careless on the point, just kind of hard scoping. So will they be able to cap here?
They almost got it. The Scout was on the point uncontested for so long. Finally, I think something woke up in Aplbes, and they're finally going to start blocking that point, and they managed to do so. Still no cap for Pop Your Pipes this round, and you've got to be feeling really good to come back strong after a round like you just had.
Yeah, after a round where you get shut out, it's always good to have a round like this where you're just shutting them out. Markers has kind of been uncontested for a little bit, but he can't have anything happen. He's been sitting on mid bats for a while. Blue Uber coming in, the Uber's exchange, but we got to see some more coming out of the red sniper here, and he gets picked off as I say that.
Yeah, I mean, this is finally going to be capped up for Pop Your Pipes. They did a good job after the Uber trades. It looked like it may have gone into Aplbe's favor, but they're able to keep their players alive and just kind of force the issue onto the point. So they are going to come down with the cap. I believe Jared did go down, so they're going to have a chance. As A-Core actually gets a nice kind of lucky body shot onto a cloak spy, it looked like. Wait, no, that was the NG. Completely, completely missed that. But
Fuzzy with an interesting play, running in at Jared, only doing about 40 damage before falling. Now having a scout here on defense is pretty bad considering the flank's open, but as I said, the Tacos almost got a very nice bomb into Jared, but immediately stopped. And good picks coming out here from Moe, who is having himself quite a game here.
Yeah. Just a note too, Chang walked in as the NG and took out DZ Creeper, which is a great pick as actually coming back
goes
in.
Down by Fuzzy.
Yeah, so both medics down, but with how much earlier DZ Creeper went down, it's going to mean an Uber advantage for Pop Your Pipes, and they still have the point. So it would have been great if Aplbes could have capitalized when Chang took out the medic.
Moe on a 6K right here. Topping the team on the score chart and finally going down there from Mr. M. So good job coming in from Moe. He's definitely playing very strong this round, and is the reason why Pop Your Pipes has been able to match the cap time basically. Apples is not playing point, and there's not a lot contesting them. Like they could maybe edge the point just a little bit. Marcus is playing on Obelisk, watching towards Bathhouse. I'm a little surprised by the kind of hesitance coming out here of Apples. But as I say that, we got some picks coming in. Fig, Markers, and Fuzzy all dropping. So this is probably going to signal the push onto the point here.
Yeah, 100% is the Uber now for Jerry. He's going to lead in with the Pyro, actually. So they do a good job at blocking the point, but if they can kite, Aplbes are going to have 100% on their Uber in just a second. Trying to get in on the medic, do some damage is Guy. They are going to use the Uber, but I don't think there's anyone around to chase for the medic, which would really seal the deal. But actually, as I say that, M's going to jump in over the top and take out DZ Creeper. So now, although they held the point for about 2 minutes uncontested in the beginning, they're going to be down to actually now having to catch up to Pop Your Pipes. And because of that late pick onto DZ Creeper by M, they're going to be sitting pretty with a nice Uber ad, holding the point, and hopefully should be able to coast this into the first round victory.
Mr. Doofed Up Wiener trying to go for a pick there onto Markers and unable to get it. Markers is currently chilling on the Red Bats, takes down Smokey, which is actually a fantastic pick if you're trying to push onto the point because no pyro contestants, just put Moe takes down Jer, and that's going to signal the red push right back onto the point. They should be starting to get cap time. Here we go. They're starting to get cap time here. Great pick from Moe right there, and a good shot coming in from Markers to take down Smokey to initiate the push. So 45 seconds remaining on the clock for Pipe. What do you think is going to go on here? Because currently there are quick fix for blue team, so they're going to be able to build this, but it is against a full charge Uber charge.
Yeah, I mean, there's maybe a little bit, I don't know. You can't really go in for a sack. Actually, Marcus is going to get the body shot onto Jer, yeah. I mean, you could have gone maybe for a sack wave, but it's getting to the point where maybe now where it's a little too late. But with how Aplbes has been playing, I just don't think that they're going to be able to come away with this one, especially with 100% sitting in the hands of DZ Creeper, even if they did get the force. The Uber is going to get used with less than 8 seconds on the clock, exactly how you want to do it. I think there was one flash, but they should be able to block him off the point, and no one's touching it. So, although a much closer round, that's going to be a 2-0 for Pop Your Pipes at the moment.
Good round coming in there from Apples, sort of a comeback round after a very disappointing first round. And apparently me kind of calling out Marcus for not showing up. Apparently woke him up because he's playing a lot better. Ended with a 4K there. So good job to him. One thing I'm curious about is the blue heavy there. Kind of just suicided on the point there. So you didn't have a heavy for that last push, which always helps out. And I should mention that Guy got picked off instantly on that mid, along with him, but the heavy and fuzzy down for red is just going to make this kind of an evenish fight.
Yeah, it was an interesting play. They decided to roll out directly to Bath, probably because of how well it worked the first time, but they didn't send their demo to point at all. So the point was relatively uncontested by Aplbes, so they were able, Pop Your Pipes was able to bully him out, and then Markers, I mean, was already scoped up on the bathhouse and just hit the easy headshot onto him. So maybe a little bit of a misplay there on their strategy during rollout. Pop Your Pipe's going to be there with the early advantage, but Acor's going to get one shot onto GM as Fuzzy goes down as well. to M that was.
And 3 picks right there off the tacos pick. And 4 with markers, so this should be the initiation. We got a pause coming in?
Yeah, looks like we do.
Looks like the blue demo, when I was looking at it, I didn't want to bring it up, and he was lagging pretty hard at over like 600 ping, according to Tab, so that probably is the reason why.
Yeah, probably. I was just told officially it was a pause. I can try to ask what it was, what it's for, but probably going to be the demo if you saw that. But I mean, right now there are 4 people down for Pop Your Pipes, and I think a couple picks were from Acor and M to combine for those. So they have a pretty good chance, especially if they can force an Uber out of DZ Creeper early. They should be able to just kind of hop in on the point, kite the Uber a bit, force the issue, and then hopefully come down with the cap, especially because their medic is 100%. I mean, if everything goes perfectly, you won't have to use, and then you get the point, but most likely they are going to end up just having an Uber exchange, and I should hope with a 9v5 situation, Aplbes comes down with the point.
As do I. It's kind of interesting to see the how both teams are playing. I feel like Aplbes are playing a little too careful until the very end, in which case they all just bum rush the point, and they're not seem to be very coordinated when it comes to bum rushing the point, as evidenced with the heavy dying towards the end of the rounds, both rounds, and just sort of like a lack of being able to recontest the point. So I do believe that Applebee should be able to recap, although the full combo is up for Pipe. And Moe, who is having a fantastic game right now, is also up, but sitting on their side of the map behind their obelisk. So nobody's really in position to contest. Blue's kind of far out with Guy at 15 health, sitting in the entrance to Bathhouse, just seems to be looking at the red demo, and there's a sticky coming right into Bathhouse. So if that arrow doesn't land, because Jer has his crossbow out, if that arrow doesn't land and that sticky's on, this could be a death for the blue demo here.
Yeah, and that's pretty important. I mean, anytime you're pushing the point, you definitely don't want your demo to be down. And I did get confirmation. It looks like Fuzzy's power went out, so they're without a scout at the moment, trying to get either Fuzzy back on to play or maybe find a ringer, which is always. If
you need a ringer, you can ask me the ring, and I'll play scout.
All right. I think
I'll cast and play scout, so you can get a life score update of what's going on. Might also hear me calm a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll everyone just join this Discord, and you can just have your comms, and I'll just like mix in words between the comms.
So is there anything that's been kind of catching your eye, sort of on how this is going? How this is going is one thing that I'm noticing is that I feel like I did want to bring this up before the game started. Apples is currently on a 2-game losing streak entering this match with their losses to Apollo Dosh, Shfei, SFEA.
SFEA, yeah.
Not the best thing to go into a game having. Losing streak can mess with you mentally going into. And comparing this to Pipes, they won their match against... Who is this? They won their match against Bepis the week that Bepis died. And they played God of Blast right after and lost that Vigil match. So both teams on a losing streak, but Apple's on a 2-game losing streak. Do you think that might have anything to do with the factoring in the game that we have so far? Maybe a bit of confidence issues coming in from Apple's?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely got to be pressure to kind of stop the skid. I think coming into this as well with it looks like, just really quick, I'll mention Pop Your Pipe says you're going to be bringing Big R on Scout, and that is a name I have not heard in a minute. So kind of excited to see how he plays.
Big R from Corn Ducks?
Yeah, Corn Ducks Big R. So that's a name I haven't heard in a while, and hopefully should fill in nicely until Fuzzy gets back. I'm sure Pop Your Pipes is hoping that Fuzzy does. But Yeah, I mean, going on a losing skid, never something you want to do. It can play with your head a bit, especially coming into this match as underdogs. You know you lost the match earlier in the season, as it looks like they are unpausing in real time. So in about 90 seconds, guys, we'll be back live.
Or now.
Or now. Okay. That's the shortest STV delay I've ever seen. All right, so we'll get back into it. Looking like the Ubers are going to be traded. Good job by Smokey, yet again denying another Uber. Pushing onto the point now is the Aplbes Uber. They should come down with the point. With so many players down, the rest of them coming back up are respawns now. So I don't think they're going to be able to block the point. But actually, they want to contest. Fig is getting aggressive, but she might have to back up as she eats a pipe down to 16 health. Dantua is going to clean up GM on the point. But Pop Your Pipes are really aggressive here. They want to take this point right back, and I love to see aggression like that.
Yeah, it's good to see the aggression coming out after sort of a timid playstyle. Something we're seeing here is they're holding Bathhouse pretty passively, giving up a lot of ground. Mr. Doofed Up Wiener gets a nice pick onto markers there. Good to keep the enemy sniper down. So that's something we can hopefully see coming in is Mr. Doofed Up Wiener continuing the killing onto markers, who is having a better game.
Doofed Up Wiener, right? Doofed Up Wiener?
Yeah, Doofed Up Wiener.
Doofed Up Wiener.
Yeah,
okay,
Doofed
cool.
Up Wiener.
Doofed Up Wiener.
Yeah,
right.
Doofed Up Wiener. A-Core on a 4K right now, always good to see a sniper on a kill streak. That's just, mentally having your sniper doing well is something that not only helps the sniper, but helps the team. Is when he's getting kills, the whole team starts playing well. So,
A-Core finishes off a 5K with a headshot onto DZ Creeper, and that's actually especially huge coming off of an Uber. So that's going to be a pretty good advantage, back in the favor of Aplbes.
One thing I'm going to say is that, while Markers, I was about to criticize him for playing alone, he does get a nice pick onto A-Core there. I'm a little confused as to why A-Core is playing so by himself in this game. He's not playing with the red combo, which I know on this map it's a little hard if they're playing on the floor, but playing on bats just isn't the best idea to constantly be up there, and he is playing on Aplbes time to time, but most of the time when I do see him, he is playing by himself, which results in him getting rushed by either Wiener or the Soldier or anybody. So maybe we'll see some smarter play coming out. Blue recaps there, and good recap time too. Better than they have been doing, which has been taking them like 2 minutes to recap. Hopefully that they can keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially good too because Pop Your Pipes made sure to recap the point as soon as they had an opportunity. The Ubers do get used because it looks like Pop Your Pipes wanted to jump back in and cap up the point, but we're not able to. So, I mean, actually now GM is just sitting alone on the point. So many people may have overcommitted for that Uber that it was right in front of the point over on the Pop Your Pipe side. So everyone gets cleaned up without much support from the heels there, and Pop Your Pipe's going to come down with it, only 30 seconds behind on the clock.
Not a bad recap time coming in from Pipes. This is definitely going to be the most fun round that we've had so far. Both teams just sort of having a slugfest here, just going back and forth. I'm kind of on the A-Core cam here and see if he can get a pick.
Oh!
Does pick Fuzzy as I say that. Can he get another one? He gets the mini. Not what he's looking for, but Markers is looking like he wants to peek. Not really. Markers is now playing safe again. If now is the time to get a pick, if there's any time to get a pick, now is the time. He does pick Tacos, and the flank for Aplbes is trying to edge onto the point. And they do have the picks that do it. They have Grim down, and they have the NG down as well.
Yeah, and this is good. They get the Uber to go first from Pop Your Pipes. It's not going to do too much, and Jer is going to be coming up on Uber now. I think with 3 players down, Aplbes... Oh, never mind. I was going to say maybe in the mindset to not use to take the point, but they are going to use it either way, maybe feeling like they had a free chance to use one, just wanted to be extra safe. So they should cap up onto the point right now. They are going to be at about a 20% disadvantage, which is tough, especially because there's only 10 seconds left on the clock for Pop Your Pipe. So
nice pick coming in from M onto Markers there, and a pick coming in from Dan Twist onto Grim. So this is going to slow any advance they want to make. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Uber use there. I feel like Jer was at a pretty relatively safe spot. There was only people behind the point, and as soon as he used, just Easy Creeper backs up below bats, and suddenly they're out, and they can really only pick the Pyro and the Spy, which not ideal for a Uber fight. So let's see what goes on here. Creeper at 84%, but not building anymore. He's currently sitting by himself with nobody to heal. That might cost precious time as Jer is slowly etching up on Uber. He's about 75 himself.
Yeah, I think he should get Uber just in time, especially now that they're capping. It could be disastrous. They do use, trying to force his way onto Jer is GM. The point is almost capped. Jer is going to escape, which is really big, but he's only at 85%. He starts the healing process now. 95. They might be able to block in just a second. Don't want to overcommit. Now they get the use, but they are going to lose the point just before they can block, which is kind of hard.
Can Dantwist get anything here?
Does get one. Dooft picks up a frag onto Fig, which is actually really big, being on the demo.
Scout chasing the medic frags. Ooh, that's a bad play coming in there from Big R, but that's fine. We'll take a round for Aplbes. Good to see that it's going to be more than just a 3-0 for Lakeside, and better rounds coming in each round from the Aplbes. Good to see that.
Yeah, it's you know, it's tough with only playing one half to have like a work in progress game like this. You're down 2. You etch back 1. Oh.
Markers takes Jared down to the beginning before the cap is even allowed. So that's already the lost mid-fight coming in there for Aplbes. Good shot from Markers.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe M could make a play, but it looks like he's down as well, as Markers actually grabs a core on top. Yeah, so he's looking to maybe bring his team back from that round loss. Jer actually gets
a saw on Moe.
2 saws maybe, because he's already at 60%. So maybe a little bit of a misplay out there from Moe. I mean, Jer is not going to be anywhere near as close right now as DZ Creeper, and maybe a little bit too aggressive than what his Uber allows, but as long as his team is there to protect him, he might have a chance to get this Uber.
Taco's going down to A-Core there. Jer now has Uber. The saw is coming in to be a huge detriment for Pipes there. If Moe didn't feed the 2 saws to Jer, this could have not have been captured just immediately, but both teams' Uber's gone. Moe picks off A-Core. Guy picked up by Markers, so Moe's fighting out looking terrific for Aplbes.
Yeah, they're looking a lot more coordinated than I thought they were going to be after that first round. They've really kind of tightened things up. I mean, still room for improvement, but the way they're contesting things and they're grabbing the point rather, not being afraid, just shows confidence, and I think that's what they were probably missing right in the beginning, kind of like what we were talking about. But Guy and A-Core are going to go down, as well as Smokey.
And Chair's 50 health in Bathhouse, and Moe takes him down. Ooh, he was at 90% too. He had an Uber ad on Creeper there. Yeah. And Big R trying to shoot down the Heavy, but the Heavy will not be put down. Markers is going on a little bit of a spree here. He just who's the Heavy for them?
Squish. Aplbes?
Squish.
Yep.
Yes. Squish went for going for a peek, and immediately upon jumping just got instant headshot and was forced to run away. So Markers, this is the round where the team needs him the most, and he's showing up.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the one thing that I think needs to happen too, you need to put some more focus. Uber actually going to be used on the point. Good cap though. Despite the Uber, Applebee's going to come away with the point. Squish is going to be taken up by Grim, but A-Core gets a headshot right
after. Immediately traded back from A-Core, so not a bad trade if you are Applebee's here. Heavy from Heavy. More Smokey trying to get Fig there. Can't quite get him, and this looks like to be a retreat coming in from Applebee's.
Taco's over the
miraculous shot coming in.
Oh, well, Tacos tried to get a pick onto Jer, connected with 2 rockets, but not much damage on them before A-Core took him out with a nice headshot. Looks like on the point was an Uber used by Aplbes. They good job defending the point. Acor now on a 6K. I was just going to say someone needed to step up to kill markers, and it looks like Acor has taken that duty upon himself.
He takes Creeper down. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was complimenting markers, but I forgot to give my respects to Acor here. On a 7K right now with the med pick being the 7th. This is exactly what you need out of your snipers on this map. But he is taken down as I say that. Nice shot from markers.
Yeah, the sniper battle is growing ever more important as these rounds roll on because both snipers seem to be warming up. So it's going to be important to get that SVS, give your snipers buffs, make sure that you can go maybe for distraction plays with a soldier and a spy or something like that. Actually pushing in from Bathhouse is Aplbes. They want to see what they can get out of it. Big R is really low down on health and backing up with a 45-second advantage on the point, and DZ Creeper just respawning now and it's actually still not building a Zubra. Looks like no one's there on the respawn just yet. 3 medics? Oh, okay. It looks like there's maybe switching medics. I'm really confused if you take a look at the HUD right
Big
now.
R is currently building in DZ Creeper AFK in spawn.
Yeah, that there might be something going on. As long as DZ doesn't leave spawn, this is okay. So I guess they had to switch medics. Something going on with DZ Creeper. Elect not to use a pause. I don't know.
I believe they used their pause already for Fuzzy and the one pause rule. This is hopefully that Aplbes allows for a pause to see what the hell's going on here, because forcing the Ranger to come in and play medic and cleaning up on a round right there was beginning to look like a good round, but just ends in confusion.
Yeah, it's not ideal, and you know I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to assume that Aplbes like flat out said no or anything like that. I mean, it is a rule, and if Pop Your Pipes is just following that rule, then I guess respect to them. That's just unfortunate. But Creeper is back, so won't have to worry about it anymore. No picks coming off the start, although Dan twists pretty low.
Does go down here to M, and Squish goes down, Moe goes down. I think advantage, even though the 2 picks are in the favor of Aplbes, I will say that the heavy pick outweighs them, but let's see what happens here. Looks like Pipes edging point ever so slightly, but kind of getting contested here. Not terribly, though.
Yeah, just kind of delaying right now is Chang on point. And actually Dan Twist as well, as he got healed up to contest.
Great sticky from Guy takes down DZ Creeper and Buttface. DZ Creeper was fighting Mr. Doofed Up Wiener and just could not deal with the markers. Oh my goodness. Takes down Mr. The NG there, not the other Mr. Guy. But again, as soon as I watch one sniper, the other one kills him. I don't know if this is like a caster's curse here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, honestly. I mean, momentum is surely important as being a sniper, and I mean, we've seen them still get on 5, 6, 7 Ks and whatnot before they finally get taken down. But it's
comes in.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Uber on point, trying to push and block. I mean, Aplbes look a lot better than they did at the start, and it's maybe kind of tired to continue hearing that as Tacos gets the clutch rocket to take out Jared just before he goes down. But I mean, enough can't be said with the way they're playing and the fact that at this point they look to be in control rather than Pop Your Pipe slipping. It's just Aplbes stepping up.
I will say that probably having Big R coming in on Scout kind of threw a wrench into the plans, having a Ringer on Scout that they're not comfortable with, and with the whole lagout issue with DZ, probably doesn't help too much. They will cap the point there, but good cap time coming in from Aplbes ahead of time. A minute off the clock. Around a minute, and my goodness, Acor takes down Fig again.
Yeah, I mean, we had mentioned that Fig potentially could have been a really big impact, have a really big impact on this game, but Acor doing his best to prevent that from happening. Point goes back in the favor of Aplbes, and as Stanton is going to get taken out by Big R. But Pop Your Pipes wanted to cap this point. They know they have 100% Uber. They know they have the Uber ad because of Taco's pick onto Jer. So they're going to be able to cap without using, and that is crucial right now. So if they can hold this point for another 20, 30 seconds, and you know, if Aplbes take their time to try to recontest, they might be able to even this up before the Uber trade, which would be huge for them.
One thing I saw was that, I should mention real quick, Moe, nice stab onto Mr. Guy. That's going to delay the push coming from blue. Dooftep Wiener was killed on point from Markers, who was sniping from the health pack. And A-Core ran up to point and started sniping and watching towards Egypt and got body shot for 80 and then was killed right after. So maybe a bit of lack of communication coming in on the side of Aplbes here, but I feel like that's something that should have been avoided with A-Core's death, and it could have potentially have meant less time trying to push in. But as we say that, picks coming in, Markers going down, nice shot, Dan Twist, Guy taking down Butt Face, and the Uber exchange coming in. Nice flash there from DZ, saving Grim from Wiener and from Smokey, and he's holding on for dear life right now.
Yeah, Jera's going to go down to Tacos, who's coming up big yet again, but both teams have a lot of players down. Looks like respawns for Aplbes are going to come sooner because of that point cap.
Oh, Wiener just misses the backstab onto Creeper there. That could have been big, but M taking down DZ. That's what they needed right there. Grim holding on for dear life, trying to protect his medic, but what can you do against basically fighting from 3 different directions all at once? And, oh, he almost takes down Grim, 6 HP, but I think, yep, a sticky will do it from Guy. Grim finally falling. Good picks coming in there from Aplbes, taking down Fig as well, but good cap time coming in there from Pipe. And Markers immediately taking down A-Core, which hurts the hold that they have going on for them.
This is where it starts to get dicey too, with the clock so low and the fact that you're at a 50% Uber disadvantage. Any picks the DZ Creeper at this point start to get that internal clock down, and especially.
Oh my gosh! Markers just eliminates Dan Twist. Dan Twist running up on the point, just instantly scopes in, brings his crosshair up, and just assassinates him. He's been removed from the game, and that's gonna hurt the hold there, not having that scout, but. Aplbes holding strong, getting a few picks, taking down Moe, who's been absolutely massive for this team. Grim and Big R. That's gonna hurt. Let's see what the red team can do here.
Got to be careful. That Uber was using getting close right now is Dan Twist, the scout. DZ Creeper going to be at 100% now, but no one there. Walks over some sticks. That is really dangerous, but stays alive. Flashes maybe coming in. No. Yeah, doesn't flash Big R, which is kind of a misplay there. No time on the
air
point
blasting
yet.
from Smokey as well.
Smokey has done a really good job at denying Ubers from Pop Your Pipes.
Chair goes down to a pipe from Fig. This could be the recap coming in here. Yes, recap coming in from Red. A minute left. They have to hold fast, and in my opinion, the way you're going to hold fast is you need to have your spy. Moe, who's over 100 points in this half alone, he needs to get A-Core. A-Core's sitting pretty on top of bats, but not playing with his team right now. Yeah, he does drop down. So this is going to get a little harder. In the recap coming in immediately from Aplbes.
I really like this play. They have nothing to lose by going for a quick sack wave, honestly. I mean, besides the game, but they are capping.
Smokey's
getting
capped. Significant cap time right here, and uncontested. Pyro just chilling, but he is dropped, and I don't know if Smokey should have been that forward there.
Yeah, I mean, getting the cap is the most important thing right now. Pop Your Pipe's doing everything they can to stop it. Grim is going to get taken out. Now it's up to Fig to deny the point. Uber is going to be used.
And the cap is almost capped. Blue comes in with the Uber as well, and Smokey just air blasting him off a point, and that's the half.
That is insane.
Comeback.
What a comeback. Yeah, 2-0 for Pop Your Pipes at the start. Finishes in a 3-0. Well, 3-2, I should say, for Aplbes. And that literally came down to 2 seconds on the clock for each team.
Oh my goodness. That, whew. And I kind of do have to feel bad right here for the red team, for Pop Your Pipes. Coming with a different scout. Fuzzy was doing alright at the beginning of the game, and doesn't seem like Big R can kind of get into the mojo yet. Trying to get into the right mode here, but so far kind of lacking behind. It's only ahead of DZ Creeper, who also lagged out. So it's rough. Do you have logs that we can look over?
I do. I popped the logs up on stream. so you guys can take a look here. I mean, yeah, you see that 3-2. Take a look and sorting by kills. I mean, Moe actually comes through with the top frag with 38, and I mean that seems irregular to me. I mean, we knew he had a good game. You mentioned the points he got, but nearly 40 kills as a spy is going to be really impressive. So did what he could. Marker's not far behind him with 4 coming in second on his team, but Acor squeezes right in, 1 frag under Moe and really shows his stuff. The snipers, I mean, really couldn't have been more even. 37 for Acor, 34 for Marker. Their DPM, or their damage itself, is separated by 70, which is absolutely crazy. And I'm just going to take a quick look at SVS.
8-7 in the favor of
Wow.
Markers.
How
So
much
the guy
closer
who-
could you get?
The guy who got out-fragged is the guy who wins the SVS, and that's a good mark. They both had equal demo picks. Acor with a med pick over on Markers. It sort of just looks like Acor killing the flank more on the side of rather than Markers, with 2 scout picks for Markers to 4 on Acor, and 5 soldier picks to 6 for Acor. So it sort of looks like Acor's been sort of prioritizing flank a little bit more, not incredibly much. One thing I do want to know is that look at the heal spread for Acor, only getting 3% of the heals.
Wow, yeah, and I mean, it's impressive to do that much with so few heals, but you kind of wonder how much more he could have done with more heals. I mean, he still died less than Markers, and I wonder if that's a testament to how the team was protecting him, rather than, you know, maybe Markers wasn't being well protected by his team or something like that. But yeah, with only 3% of heals, and I think it was more than half, more than 50% less than what Markers got. You shouldn't really be dying less either. So maybe Pop Your Pipes need to think about how they're going to protect Markers, especially, I mean, the SVS being 8-7, it's not too much of a difference between the two. But still, I mean, he edged it out, and maybe it would have been a greater difference if he had been more well protected. Anything else you're seeing with the rest of logs? I see that Fig gets 419.
That's what I was looking at. The demo DPM. One thing I want to note is that Pop Your Pipes out-damaged Aplbes there by over 2,000 total, with Fig almost having 100 more DPM over Guy, which for the losing team to have a demo almost under 100 DPM than the other team's demo, that's the rest of the team's gonna have to step up here. Taco's not having a good game. 11 kills, 30 deaths, with not doing well. Damage to Pyro, almost out damaging him here. Of course, BM having a good game himself. So nothing about BM playing bad. He's doing fine, but I think that the flank on Pipes has to step up here. And although Fuzzy did lag out, and you do have Big R ringing, and I believe Tacos is also ringing, you got to have more coming out of this flank, because right now Dan Twist and M are putting on a show.
Yeah, and I mean, just to note, well, I mean, Big R played 16 minutes, Fuzzy played 25, it looks like. I mean, for your scout on Lakeside, I mean, combining for 18 frags and Dan Twist getting nearly double that himself, it's pretty tough. I mean, it might be a little easier now to see why Markers are struggling to stay alive, because maybe with Pop Your Pipes flank kind of underperforming, he wasn't feeling, Acor wasn't feeling the pressure from the flank, whereas Markers was. So big props to Dan Twist there, and I don't know what Pop Your Pipes want to do here, but the flank combined had, let's see, 1 more kill than M, and 4 less than Dan Twist. So yeah, good point there.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to note, this is something that newer players or inexperienced players don't really notice, but I think is something that is monumental for players. If you look at the soldiers' stats really quickly, you look at M and you look at Tacos, look at the health packs picked up. Tacos had 37, M, 114. He was hoarding the health packs, which, as a soldier, one of the best things you can do is take as many health packs as you possibly can, because this one denies the enemy team from getting health packs, but two, in my opinion, more importantly, this means you can take less heals from your medic, which M did take less heals than Tacos. Not by a considerable amount, mind you, but it's enough to where Tacos had more heals and almost got outfragged 3 times as much, 11 to 28. So M is in full control on Soldier right now, and maybe this could be due to Dan Twist having a great game, and then the scouts for Pipes not playing particularly well. But we'll say that it's gonna have to change for this half if they're gonna have any hope in on Upward. This is a map to where Scout on offense can't really do too much because you're gonna be on the cart most of the time. This is a Soldier map. I don't think a lot of people disagree with me. You gotta make sure that your soldiers are all ready to go. And he's already showed that he's ready to go for Lakeside. He had a good game. Can Tacos step up here? Can he perform well? Because if he performs like he did on Lakeside, then it's probably going to be a 2-0, which I don't think any of us want to see. I think we want to see this go to 3 maps, just because of how good this matchup has been so far. But we'll see.
Well, I can think of 9 players that want to see this be a 2-0.
Yeah, and that would be the 9 on on Pipes. Maybe the guys on Pipes want to have this be a 2-1, just because they want to have the best game possible. You know, get a little bit of revenge, make them believe that they have a chance, and then just snag it away on Millstone. Who knows? Maybe that's what they want. But regardless, though, I think that this game, I don't know how well these teams are on this map, because personally, I've never played either team. I'm not in Silver. I'm not a Silver player.
Oh, is that a little BM? It sounds a little BM.
I'm not a Silver player. No disrespect to Silver players. You'll make your way one day, but I don't really know how these teams are on Upward. I can say after looking on Lakeside, I actually do kind of favor Aplbes on this, because their passive play style kind of pays dividends on defense. A lot of things that could cause troubles, in my opinion. I see a lot of teams on Upward playing too aggressive on defense, and suddenly the hold breaks, and everything just shatters. So I kind of hoping to see although Pipes is starting on defense here, once the team switch goes on, can we see this passive play coming in from Pipes? Is if they keep that passive play, which seems to be pretty good for them, then we could be in for a 2-0.
Yeah, so one thing I did get confirmation, this is only going to be one half, guys, so it's going to be winner takes all on the first map. Usually teams will go for the best of 3 because it removes any chance of randomness, really. Kind of having a best of 3 equalizes things out, so one misplay doesn't potentially end up costing you your seeding, but I mean, I don't know who didn't agree to that. Most teams do, but if it was Pop Your Pipes, they got to be pretty upset with themselves right now. I mean, taking a look at this map, one thing I do remember is I played against Pop Your Pipes twice this season, and I mean, it was far earlier in the season. I think we played them in a scrim in week 1, and then all the way in like week 7 or 8, and on Upward, they did really well against us, and they seemed to kind of have their stuff together and really coordinate well, but whenever we played them on, I believe it was Asheville, it was a much closer game. I really can't remember how it ended up, so maybe this is a team made for payload, and they're ready to walk in right now and prove that this is their map, and then move into Millstone, which would be our 3rd map. So we'll see. We'll see what they can do. Yeah. So,
quick score update. This is a quick Highlander score update coming in from me. Fast Forward claims a 2-0 victory over who the hell they were playing. I forget. So shout out to my boy Andrew.
Generation Crew.
NGC. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Andrew for playing. And shout out to Fast Forward for being the best Highlander team.
All right. So good score update. DC Creeper is gonna have crits right now. Just putting some sticks down, popping those pipes. Gonna suicide, should respawn in just enough time to get that Uber. Actually gonna have 10 seconds after. So I think he's probably going to get right there, but probably will have it before anything really happens.
How many people do you think are going to die to that sticky trap? How many people do you think?
I think in the lifetime that I've seen that used, I've seen like a total of 3 people of all the cast. So, I mean, maybe they're just going for, they need something to go their way, and maybe they're hoping God is on their side, but only 75% is going to be the charge now that the gates open. So DZ Creeper going to be hoping to get his Uber. Acor gets the fast snipe onto Tacos. Good pick by him there, and Markers gets a shot onto Chang. Jumping over the top with the, oh god, I can't remember the base jumper. It was M trying to get something done, and I think Markers and Acor see each other in a little standoff, and I mean, this is so important. Whoever gets the first sniper.
I'm surprised that Markers wasn't playing a little more aggro there. He probably could have picked off a guy there, and picking off Blue Demo is huge, but Doofed Up Wiener, the legend, Mr. Doofed Up Wiener, takes down Markers and pause immediately. Never mind, we're not pausing.
I'm getting
weird lag.
some word, though. We might have something change in a bit. Wrong config may be exec, so I'm not sure what's going to end up happening to the what's being played right now, but just to update you guys, this may all be for naught. Acor is going to be buffed on top. Markers is respawned, so maybe kind of losing their chances. Aplbes, but it looks like they do want to
Up Wiener taking down the gun.
Oh, that's, yeah, that's a
this hopefully this half doesn't go the waste, or Doofed Up Wiener is going to be pretty pissed.
Yeah, Doofed Up Wiener coming up big.
Oh my goodness,
Big
he's going massive!
That's a massive
Mr. Doofed Up Wiener!
I love
This is the best player I've ever seen!
Looks like Aplbes is going to cap the point. It took them a little bit of time to get there. It looked like they maybe could have done it a little faster, but the important thing is that they did take out DZ Creeper, and by my count, there are only 8 players on the Pop Your Pipes team, so that's going to be another issue. Yeah, they're kind of standing around right now. I think they're aware of what's happening. Take a look at the chat. I don't know. I think, yeah, DZ Creeper, AFK, and Spawn. I think we're going to get a reset here, guys.
Unfortunate. Mr. Doofed Up Wiener's heroics go to nothing, and the best spy I've ever seen doesn't get to continue his. So there's the config being re-execed. Let's see how this half goes. So pretend that never happened. Pretend that never happened, and everything is brand new. Welcome to Upward, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, I have no idea how things are going to turn out right in the beginning. I have no intel at all on how these two teams play. I'm going to predict, just out of my big brain, that maybe Pop Your Pipes are going to go for a crits play right off the bat, and DZ Creeper may not be able to get Uber in time. I think that's a pretty bold prediction, wouldn't you think?
I mean, it's happened once. Does lightning strike twice? I mean,
it didn't happen once. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember anything happening.
Right. I think that they're going to try for a risky crits play. Hopefully they can get the sticky set up in time, or maybe there's a chance that he won't respawn in time. Who knows?
Actually, I think just a big middle finger to us. He's going to be
he's on stock. He doesn't want to have fun.
He doesn't love us, dude. All right. So let's see what's going on here. I don't know. I mean, Markers needs to be more aggressive. I think you're right. You called that before, and I think Markers needs to step up, be a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah. I was a little confused because he stood on top of bats. He was looking towards the right, and one of the best spots for snipers playing on the bats with the heavy on stairs, so the spy can't get up, which the spy did get up and stabbed him, but having that back protection and just looking over on that left hill is so powerful. So disappointing to see Markers having to just basically not sniper though. I'm going to go with the Marker scam though. I want to see what he can get done here.
Yeah, Acor is going to be on the left spawn door, so Markers could get caught out if it doesn't get called. Doofed Up Wiener going to be behind, going to see if maybe he can get a pick. No, he's going to decloak.
Good awareness.
Yeah, get denied, but actually coming in is M, trying to get in on Markers. I like the play by Aplbes here, but they're going to have to go back to the drawing board to try to take Markers out.
I will say that I think during that whole the whole mess there, I think that what should have happened was Acor got out and started climbing house. That because Markers is clearly distracted. He threw the Girardi and the soldier is clearly shooting at them, so he could have taken some actual ground there. Instead, he's sniping from main and doesn't really have a lot of control here. Body shots Tacos, but that's not really that great.
Yeah.
Moe and Tacos taking down and Smokey, like, I don't know. Acor should probably have gotten aggressive there and should probably start to look to get aggro, because at this point, well, this is not a terrible beginning time for first. With Guy going down there, Blue will start to have to kind of pressure a little bit more. They can't take too long here.
Yeah, I really just kind of... I need to see more right now from Aplbes, because they're a little scared, you know? Actually, well, Acor is going to take down Markers. That might prompt a push right now. Coming out of the spawn is Jer. So, Spy trying to decloak onto him, doesn't get anything. Here
Blue
comes
Uber being
Uber.
forced here from Jeremy Clarkson. Let me remind you that Jeremy Clarkson defeated Unicorn Wizard in a match. And the gun not being focused here from Blue finally goes down.
Yeah, just the DZ Creeper drops to Guy. He lost his demo before he popped, and then I think panicked for a second and got hit with a pipe. So that's going to be really unfortunate. What was once a very good first hold probably is going to get rolled into third if I had to guess. But
Acor on a 4K right there. Nice shot onto Big R. And where is he? He's playing far back on hill. Spy Moe can't get in. Pyro being protective of his sniper. Would be nice if Pyros did that for all snipers. But regardless, Acor picks up his 5th kill, and Blue basically spawn camping here. This point should be theirs.
yeah, right now, I mean, this is what happens. Like, you know, your medic drops, you try to back out, you've lost so many players. Moe's going to take down Acor, which is a good pick. He's been getting hot. Maybe take a quick timeout and try to ice him a bit. But I mean, this is the fear whenever, you know, you lose your medic or something during a push. So now they've taken first and second off of that, but they are at a pretty big Uber disadvantage now. Marcus takes out Dan Twist,
which is actually a pretty pick, considering you won't have that ×2 on cart. The cart not really even moving right now. But just finally the Knack getting onto it. But as I said, Acor takes down a Fig, and that might signal a push coming in.
They still do have to worry about the Uber disadvantage. Wiener's going to get a backstab on Tacos before falling in. Marker's not aware. I think Acor has a shot maybe lined up on him, ready to go. 90% going to be the Uber as they want to get aggressive. They don't have just yet, but they should have during the push. 99%, and here it is. They use the Uber in one pipe to take out Big R. Putting focus not on the sentry gun, but rather
good
on
air
the
blasting from Smokey there, and the gun getting called right back to the last second. Good play from Buttface, player we really haven't talked about too much here. Gets the gun out and is repairing it, but kind of an off angle. Can he do much here? But Moe, oh my goodness, Acor Dan Twist down, and looks like Red's going to be able to hold on to this unless M pushes this. Nah, he's gone. Great plays coming in for it there from Pipe. That's exactly what they needed there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Smokey, we've said a lot of times the air blast in the Uber, and it's such a weird thing to kind of point out, but it's actually been really effective. It's stuffed a lot of advances by Aplbes on Lakeside, and I mean, it stuffs them yet again here, trying to push onto the third point. Or rather, sorry, that was GM that was getting the air blast. But I mean, either way, it's an impressive thing when you can kind of almost save things as a pyro. Markers
does get the cart up the ramp.
Oh yeah,
and capped.
They're a little too far back to contest the point. Buttface got to make sure he gets out with the sentry. He does.
Oh, Moe takes air. Ooh, that's exactly what Pipes needed. This is a really good time right here from Aplbes, and taking down Jared and now Acor right there is going to allow the red team to get set up in the upper room, and this is actually so big, and Markers Wiener can't get Markers down. Blues Red's gonna have a very healthy hold here.
Yeah. Going up top right now. Guy trying to get aggressive on stairs. Might go down 20 health. He is actually going to stay alive. Acor and Markers exchanging picks on enemy players. So I mean,
Acor taking down GM.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick to have no heavy now up in that tiles hole. Marker's gonna get the headshot, body shot onto Guy, following it up with a headshot onto Acor. And when you have your sniper in this position, especially with a gun where it is, it's
impossible to get him out of here. And he bumps into Wiener, who's the only player that can really get him out of there, but it causes him. And Markers is dancing right now. The scout chasing him. Can DanTwist pick him? This is a fun fight we got going on here. DanTwist is beating all these shots.
Oh, he gets the
kill! Markers takes the kill onto DanTwist. Ooh, that's a tilter right there, but thankfully, Guy takes him down. Oh my god.
I mean, a bad decision by Marcos to chase for the spy. Like, you know, you're in a position we just said that can be so good, and DanTwist, if he hits that shot, he makes him pay for it, but really lucky that his opponent beefs. But so they are still going to be sitting at 100% Uber and tiles and just waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen.
Uber comes up and they gate Creeper down. Dropped right there from Acor.
Oh, that is costly, especially we're talking 1/2 here. Good job though, I think GM.
Double kill?
Yeah. GM doing his part, but I think there are too many people alive and only Markers. He gets taken out. 4 respawns come through.
That is the round.
I think so.
That's the round.
Yeah.
6:56. Do you think that we could be going to a map 3? That's a respectable time coming in there from Aplbes.
Yeah. Dang, that's really tough. This is a tall order. I mean, 7 minutes, is it doable? Yeah, it's not a 5-minute time. It's not 5.5. But with the way Pop Your Pipes is playing, I'm really wary that they might be able to do it. And coming in as the higher seed and the favorite, I don't know. They've got to be feeling pretty down. They got to make sure that they keep in their head that this is very possible to do. And DZ Creeper maybe just feigning on Kritzkrieg. I doubt he stays on it, but just to take note, and we'll keep an eye to see if and when he switches back.
I feel like one thing that will help Pipes here is that Markers is having himself a pretty good game right now, and I believe, no disrespect to Mr. Doofed Up Wiener, he's a fantastic man, I'm sure, but Moe is outplaying him in this series. I feel like if you're going to hang on to anything, it has to be onto your 2 pick classes here.
Yeah.
The only way they're going to have a chance is if Markers and Moe play aggressive enough to where they're able to deal with the right targets, which at the moment, it's Guy and it's Acor, and Acor immediately takes down Fig.
One thing to note, I heard that there's no God in the Snipe Squad.
What a bomb! Tacos takes down Acor!
You know, Tacos ruined my quick meme, but I mean that's more important, honestly. So good pick by him there, I mean, with no sniper, they might want to get aggressive right away. They need every second they can get. The Uber gets used. Trying to block it right now is Smokey, trying his best, and he does manage to, despite the sentry going down. So now we're going to have the post-Uber fight, and this is all up to Pop Your Pipes. They need to create their own destiny.
NG down for red. That's actually a good pick coming in there for Markers right there. But
Jer went down. And so
Smokey with the reflect pipe into DZ. Both medics dead, and only 1 up for this blue team.
Wow, I mean that was like a roller coaster, but smart for Aplbes to just back up. Maybe you have your spy try to distract your sniper. No, Acor too aggressive, and gets
Acor
picked up
just
by
not
Moe.
paying attention. His team is backing off. DanTwist and Smokey are playing by second, and he's just holding the rock. He's just sitting here watching it and gets backstabbed. That's a very big mistake coming in there from Acor. And the fight's coming in right now. Goodbye to Tacos. He falls off the cliff, but Jer goes down the Moe.
I really like the way Pop Your Pipes is playing. We haven't seen this out of them yet this game. Acor gets a body shot onto Fig, though, and then follows it up with a headshot. Oh,
everything taken back.
Yeah.
Acor, you're playing your heart out. Keep going.
They were playing so well, getting aggressive, and they were really trying to take this round, but that is a deflator, and good job by Acor.
What is Buttface doing here? What's going on here? The NG sneaking behind ground, just trying to build a sneaky mini, but you deserve to die. Die. DanTwist taking him down.
Yeah, this is a, oh man, this
Ooh!
is frustrating.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good bomb from Tacos taking down Jer! What?
Yeah, Tacos and Grim combined for Acor is going to take him out. He's still a nuisance, but the damage has been done. 50% on the Uber right now for DZ Creeper. Acor is still a menace. I don't know.
What is Blue doing? They're holding back. They had 4 picks right now. NG Sniper and Medic. Or NG Demo and Medic.
It
What are they
seems like they
doing?
want to wait for Uber, but I don't think you can afford to
Acor.
wait with 4 minutes.
Yeah, they just picked Acor, so if they're going to go, now is the time. They're going to lose their Pyro's trade here. And it looks like they're going to be able to finally cap this. A little sloppy coming in from Pipe, but at least they'll be able to take the cap here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is going to come down to the wire. Fig smartly realizes there's going to be a trap there. Got to make sure you clear that up before your medic goes
Oh
in.
my lord, what a shot.
Markers coming up big. This is exactly what you need. 100% on the Uber. Got to make sure
What?
Jared.
Oh,
Oh, get a +2 in chat.
yeah, get a +2 in chat. That is the most heartbreaking drop, but Jer immediately dies after, so okay. It's not the worst case. Markers picks off the NG looking for Guy, but can't really get him. Dies to Mr. Doofed Up Wiener. And the NG and Scout trying to get up the first ramp. Not quite. M trying to hold on for Jer life. With the equalizer just getting his pickaxe, swinging it into him, taking him down. Blue, they have some ground. Jer is just spawning and getting back, but looks like they're going to hold off.
Yeah, Moe might be going in for a pick soon. Kind of lurking behind. He's going in. He sees Jer. Gets the NG and his gun. That's a huge pick by him.
That's a huge pick. And they also lost the red team lost their demo, so no, a guy is dead. If you're going to push, this has to be the time. No demo, no NG. You do have Acor, but you have to go, and Acor's gone. You have to get up now. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
DZ Creeper gets taken out by Doofed Up Wiener, though. A lot of syllables in those names, and they go down. Marker's trying to get the shot onto Jared, not able to, but it looks like smartly Aplbes backing up, and they want to have a good last.
Wiener takes down 1, but can't get the next on cart. They're going to get it up the ramp with 2 minutes.
This is going to come down to our 2 minutes. They're at a pretty hefty Uber disadvantage for Pop Your Pipes. Chang, actually, let me see. He's going to be building his gun now, so no gun to worry about. If they can force this Uber out and make sure this gun stays down, they might have a chance to just kind of dry push this.
Markers is playing a dangerous game. He's playing on that stairs with the sniper, soldier, and demo spamming at him. If Markers dies here, that's sizable time removed. And almost dies there as well, but looks like DZ will hold on. They're on crits. Crits is popped and dies immediately. They can't get anything else, and the crits ends. Red Uber force.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. Like maybe you needed to make something happen, but who was that? Sorry, Moe got the backstab onto Chang and took out the gun.
Marcus is playing on the stairs, and Jer arrows Marcus and kills him. Ooh, that's a bad miss.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is this is coming down to the wire. Trying to spam out Acor right now because he's up in a power position. I think Jarrett, has bailed. 59 seconds, guys. We're potentially in the last minute here of this game, and it looks really good for Aplbes. They have a slight Uber disadvantage, but they do have that gun, which is going to mean a lot.
Acor on a 6K.
Yeah.
And the heavy going massive underneath, taking down 2. They don't get Creeper, but they have 40 seconds. Creeper at 80% Uber, but they get Acor. Oh, and Smokey, but he dies to a trap. No!
Pop Your
What
Pipes.
is going on? This is such a fiesta.
Like literally have everything in their grasp, and DZ Creeper goes down. Chang already building up the gun, jumps on to stop the point. 20 seconds left. It needs to happen now.
With the pyro. Can they get this in? The heavy's up and is running up.
12 seconds.
I don't think so.
They might be able to. They gotta get the.
No, that's game right there.
5 seconds, and they're getting denied. That is gonna be a 2-0 for Aplbes on this.
Upset victory and a come from behind victory. Wow, what a game.
I tell you what, man, I'm feeling hype and energized and A little sweaty over here. I mean, that might just be the terrible weather and the fact that I don't have my fan on, so it doesn't blow in my mic. But maybe it was this great game of Highlander. I don't know.
That blew my expectations out of the water. I was expecting, a kind of quiet game, sort of maybe like a quiet 2-0 for either side. I don't really know either team. That was an exciting game. Back and forth the entire time. Seeing some good snipers. Acor, oh my god. Absolutely destroying on this map. Do you have...
I'm pulling them up right now, and let me just put that. Yeah, I got the stats up now. Wow. Yeah, talk about destroying.
32 and 11. Oh my god. Fragging the next closest is Markers, who is 10 frags behind and almost 100 DPM on him. That's what you need out of your snipers.
Especially on a map like Upward.
And Markers out SVS'd him.
Yeah, Acor goes down 6 times to Markers. Moe only gets Acor 3. Wiener kills Markers 6 times. I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. No, he only died 4 more times. That's just, you can't take anything away from Acor here. Just showed up, went huge, did really well on Lakeside, does really well here on Upward, and really is the deciding factor for his team to continue on in the upper bracket. Before we continue in the logs,
bringing in any players from the winning team?
I don't know. I haven't.
Can you bring in Jeremy Clarkson? I want to ask him a question about a good friend of mine.
If you want to, I'm down. Let's do it.
I don't have him added. Do you have anybody on their team?
I do have Jer added. So
can you bring him in here?
Let's make this happen, guys. We'll make this happen. So why don't you talk a little bit more about those logs while see if I can get Jer in here.
So looking at the logs, before I get into it, that was a pretty close game, just all in all. Like, that kind of could have gone either way in the end, but that last half just completely dominated by Acor. That's exactly what they needed. And looking at logs here, what's surprising is that Fig getting out damaged and out DPM by Mr. Guy. Wouldn't expect that. I think that Fig, I've known him more, so I may have a natural bias, but honestly, great job coming in there from Guy. And Smokey, he had a reflect mid kill on this map, which you don't see that a lot, and I believe it was on last 2, so that just helps. But again, looking at the flank for both teams, that's the other thing. Not as dominant coming in from Dan Twist and M, but Big R 5 and 18, although ringing, and Tacos 10 and 17. Although Tacos was definitely having a better game this time, so it's kind of hard to say, all things considered, because the flanks were closer this time. But I still don't think that Big R kind of brought it, and maybe not having Fuzzy there really did hurt a lot in the end. Looking at it as well, Buttface didn't die that much. That's good. Moe had double frags on Wiener, and guess who's joining us? It's Mr. Jeremy Clarkson. How are you?
Good. My former teammate. How are you doing?
How are you, Jer? Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
So I want to ask you a question about this game, but I want to ask you one question prior, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Can you take me back to the time that you beat Unicorn Wizard in Silver? Can you take me back to that match? Tell me what happened.
Back to Bepis?
To the Bepis match.
There was a lot of personal... There was like a personal argument going on between me and him because we were 1-1 overall in matchups against each other. And this one mattered the most because, as you know, TF2 is starting to slowly die, so we didn't know if we'd get another chance to play against each other. So this was the decider. And literally every single time, I was just trying to arrow Unicorn Wizard as much as I could just to get a frag on him, just to have bragging rights. But it was a good game. Me and him talked it over after, and then he told me to go kill myself, I think, after that.
I'm gonna have to go play.
It was a good game, though.
I'm gonna have to go play an ESEA match with or scrims with him after this. So
oh gosh, I forgot what happened in that game, but it was great. It was a great game.
Let me ask you about this game. So let's start with Lakeside. So you guys fell down early. You were down 2-0, which that's never a good thing to happen, especially when the half goes to 3. What happened in that third round, that the first round you guys won, or the third round in Lakeside? What
Yep.
changed? Because that was a 2-second cap differential. That was 2 seconds away from you guys losing Lakeside. What happened with that one?
So what we realized is that their heavy grim was overextended into our bathhouse and then onto our bats and ruins. Then we realized that the only way we can stop this is on the second round. I believe we won the mid by taking bathhouse and then progressing onto the point. The issue we had is that we had a bit of miscommunication, I believe, and that's what lost us the second round as well. We just weren't controlling bathhouse properly until after that we decided to start controlling bathhouse. And once we noticed that bathhouse was controlled, frags started falling.
I did notice that you guys were taking a lot more control of bathhouse. I felt like that was the name of the game. You guys even rolled out the bathhouse a few times, which I'm not really too familiar with on Lakeside. I see most teams usually doing a traditional rollout. But you guys were able to come back from behind very impressively on Lakeside, and you were able to get that round. Can you tell me what what your team was like after winning Lakeside? What was going through Mumble, etc.?
There was a lot of confidence after when we were down 0-2. There was a lot of just talking, saying like we need to come back into this game immediately and just take bathhouse. And then when we came back and won the game, the emotions in the Mumble was crazy. There was a lot of screaming as well. And then we literally had the confidence to know that we play our map next and we have a better chance of winning our own map than their map. Because Koth is not our strong point at all. So we were a bit concerned coming into this game playing Koth, but amazingly, we were able to control bathhouse and win that game somehow. Just great work by the team.
It definitely kind of showed at the beginning that Koth really wasn't your strong suit, but you guys were able to come back very strongly in there. So let's talk about Upward there. One thing that I want to point out for Upward was how well Acor played. He had a pretty good first map, but him and Markers went pretty even with one another. But the second map, Acor completely took off. How, does that bring you confidence as a medic, having your sniper just popping off in a game?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence because I'm able to just stand behind him sometimes if I'm backing out. And then, that actually happened, I think, when I was backing out of last in Upper. I just went behind him and hit behind him, and he hit the soldier for 150. And then the soldier got out.
Does it remind you of any snipers that you've played with in the past before?
You sometimes.
That's all good. But you guys, that was a pretty exciting last round. What happened on third was DZ got dropped, I believe, but you died immediately after, so they had the spawn advantage. Well, at that moment, when they're pushing up to third and they finally do cap, and there's about 2 minutes left, did you guys start freaking out a little bit? Because it looked like you guys stayed pretty cool and collected with that.
We were a bit concerned, but then we got a call from our spy Doof that they were running crits. That's when we started getting a bit confused on why they would be running crits on Upward last, because I know it's quite a tight choke point to crits on, but as you, back in Season 18, you told me that pushing upper from that stairs and tiles is just not a good idea.
Yeah. Honestly, that's just something
best.
that I do not agree that pushing from where they push from, especially with crits, if they wanted to go for a good crits, they should have gone under, in my opinion, because that way it's a clear shot up the stairs, and the NG, you might pick the NG, you might not get a combo member, but it's more surprising than going onto the stairs that everybody can see you in, and just having a soldier just shoot rockets, because they only ended up with 1 kill on that crits. And one thing I want to mention is that 30 seconds remaining of the game, I think they had everything they had to go. They had a pick on you and Acor, and they were pushing up, and your demo just dets one trap, and Medic
I
dead.
saw that dead. I saw that dead. It was pretty crazy.
And you guys were able to pull away the win. So, how do you guys feel you're going to be going into the next match? I don't know who you'd be playing next. I assume the winner of... who's the top team? Silver
right now, we were the 3rd and 6th seed matchups.
So you'd be playing the 2nd or the 4th. So
we do have a bit of concern against them because it would be Skate Fast, Eat Bass, or the Mighty Ducks. But of course, Skate Fast are favorites to win that game. So we'll have to see what map picks we choose and stuff. But we did take a round on them on Vigil Week, so we do know that we can beat them. They're not invincible. They're a good
Okay.
team though, so we just can't keep our hopes up. But we know that it's going to be a good match.
Okay. Going into Vox, do you have any questions?
Oh, I'm just I'm enjoying listening, talking with my chat. Actually, you're actually doing really well, so I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay.
Keep going.
Do you have any shoutouts that you want to do, Jer?
I'd say a shout out to our Heavy Ringer Squish and to Marcus for letting us ring Squish as well. Shout out to Dan Twist for nutting and Teats McGee for being bad, and Unicorn Wizard, of course.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Unicorn Wizard for losing to Jeremy Clarkson in silver, and a shout out to my boys at Fast Forward for winning their game against the NGC squad. And yeah, shout out to all the viewers for watching. And Jer, add me back on Steam.
Yes, I will.
Okay, that's all I had to ask. If Fox Day doesn't have anything, then
Yeah, I'll give a couple shout outs, but yeah, no, thank you, Jer, for popping in. It was a really good game. Didn't go the way I expected. I'm not going to lie, I was sleeping on you guys a bit, but really came through in the clutch. So good job on the win out there.
Thank you very much, Fox.
In terms of shout outs, I mean, I always like to shout out the teams that play. It's always difficult to try to ask people 100 times to make sure we get into the cast. And both you, Tacos, and Markers were great in giving me information, as well as Acor. Giving me information, Markers helped me make sure we got into the SDV because we almost had problems, and was really willing to help us get that set up. So big thank you to Markers on that as well. And I mean, I got to shout out the squad, Watterson, Dr. Zoidy, my boy Jackoa, #FreeJack, and then Cinder coming in and putting on a great show for our viewers. So
shout out to Vox Day for inviting me.
yeah, so guys, I was streaming at 1080 with 60 FPS today. Just let me know how that looked, if it was choppy, if it was crappy. I know my camera probably wasn't on point today because I was trying to cast at the same time. But let me know how that looked, and if you're still around, hit me with that follow. Maybe subscribe if you feel like it. Hopefully, going to be doing more casts throughout the playoffs. And I mean, unless you guys have anything left, I say probably good point. Yeah.
I've been told to shout out my sniper Acor for nutting as well, and
Yeah.
Doofed Up Wiener.
Yeah, big shout out to Acor and Mr. Doofed Up Wiener.
Shout out to Bill Watterson and Mod Mead Watterson. Thanks.
And Doofed Up Wiener. All right, guys.
And thanks for you guys for casting. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Great casting.
Whoa,
as usual.
congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you out here next time for myself and Cinder and Jer too, because why not? You guys all have a great night.